Okay, this lecture we are going to talk about the art of coaching. And let's first go over the learning objectives for this subset of a lecture. First, you will want to be able to describe the awareness, choice, execution cycle of change, which is known as the ACE cycle of change. Second, you should be able to outline approaches for exploring your client's values and visions. You should be able to employ skills to effectively evoke motivation to change. You should be able to explain the core components of how to design a behavior change plan. You should be able to describe different methods of accountability. And lastly, you should be able to support your clients in developing and employing problem-solving skills and coping strategies to overcome barriers and potential setbacks that might occur. So let's go ahead and just kind of start with big picture. We know that as health coaches, it's kind of an art, right? We're blending art and our ability to communicate with also some science and what we know behind behavior change theories. And the practice of coaching is really this fluid process, and it's important that we establish trust, some curiosity, and commitment on not just the end of ourselves, right, but also our clients. So it's important for that partnership to have trust, curiosity, and commitment. So let's go ahead and first start off with understanding what this ACE cycle of change is. We know from previous lectures that there are a handful of different frameworks and models and theories that we can use when trying to help motivate our clients to experience change. And this ACE cycle of change is similar to other ones where there have been phases. And if you want to pause and think about what other theory we've talked about that has kind of phases in it, and if you're thinking it's the trans-theoretical model, you are correct, right? So again, ACE is, it's kind of a similar framework in that it has these different phases, but there's only 3. Okay, and so ACE cycle of change offers another framework that can help us as coaches so that we can tailor our approach so that we can understand where our client is in regards to their readiness for change. And the ACE cycle of change has 3 components: awareness, which is the A, choice, which is the C, and execution, which is the E. And I'm going to kind of go over those each individually. So let's go ahead and start with awareness, which is the A piece of this acronym. So awareness is really exploring this gap that exists between where your client currently is, so the behaviors they are currently engaging in, and then where they want to be, and their desired behaviors, things that they want to be doing. So exploring that gap between point A, where they are, and point B, where they want to be. It's important for coaches to support our clients in their own self-exploration so that we can kind of unearth really what's important to them and then also help them move forward to kind of that point B, that desired behavior. C stands for choice, and this is where we can guide our client in creating self-directed goals, so things that they come up with, and cultivating a really positive mindset, because in previous lectures we went over how and why that's so important. So this process is going to include identifying and leveraging your client's strengths and abilities, as well as planning for successes and challenges that might be encountered along the way. Third is execution, and that's that E part of the ACE acronym. And this is where you co-create and implement a personalized plan. And this is why it's really important to have that nice solid trust and relationship in that coach and client partnership. So through this process, the health coach is going to support their client in devising small, really actionable small steps so that they can attain that large, big picture goal. It's also important for the coach to help establish a system of accountability and feedback, noting that the health coach should really support the client in regularly evaluating and adapting the plan as necessary, because what we realize is that this process isn't stagnant, right? It's constantly changing. So in order for us to see kind of long-term progress and long-term lasting behavior change, we need to always kind of evaluate and adapt the plan as necessary. And again, this is a co-creation, not the coach telling the client what to do. So let's go ahead and just pause here and let's think through this ACE cycle of change. It's a newer framework for you, and I want you to be able to list and describe the 3 components of the ACE cycle of change and really think through how you might be able to use it as a health coach.